So here we are, back with my old mate Alva. Hi Alf, you alright?
Okay.
Yeah, from Michello DIY, isn't it? Is your YouTube channel? Yeah. So our little Mountfield lawnmower, rs100, served us well for about 10 years, and started leaking fuel when I tried to start it a week or so ago, and you can see the split there in the old fuel pipe. And having fuel sat in there for kind of 10 years has taken its toll. Instead of being nice and flexible, it's become quite rigid, and therefore with a bit of wear and tear it's split there. So we've gone off and found a replacement piece of pipe here, which is much more flexible, much more rubbery. Oh, it's rubbery. So interestingly, with the Mountfield fuel pipe, we didn't realise this until we took the clip off the old one. It comes with this this filter here, which
take it out even.
Yeah.
Oh, can I? Or perhaps I'll best leave it in there now.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah. So basically, that sticks up into the fuel tank, and as the fuel is drawn through, it kind of keeps the fuel clean, I guess. So that took us by surprise. And to be honest with you, I looked online for a replacement fuel pipe, and they were kind of £5-6 sometimes plus post and packing. But we went to our local, and it's always good to shop local if you can. We went to our local lawnmower repair and spares place, Forest Park and Garden. I'll put a link to their website at the end, and lo and behold, they had the right pipe there, and it cost me £2.50. So that was good. So we've taken the old pipe off. We're now going to get the pipe, the new pipe, back in. We've kept these little kind of
little clips there,
to hold it all in place.
And, obviously just transferred everything from the old pipe to the new pipe. There's another little clip there which just
that helps keep it in position to the moulding. Yeah. Okay. So let's see if this bad boy will fit then, Alf.
Right, first thing we'll do, we'll just we may have to trim it. I was just looking at the length of this, but there's hardly any difference in it. We'll leave it as it, because worst thing you can do is cut it slightly short, and that's a bit.
We wouldn't do that.
No. I think you need a bigger garage, Roger.
Yeah, I must apologise, folks, for the state of the garage. I have to have a word with my wife. She's not keeping this maintained properly. I better be careful with my words, otherwise I'll end up living in the garage.
There's the base of the fuel tank. So we just slot it. I don't know if you can see that.
Yes, we can.
Just slot it in there.
Oh, look at that.
And
do you need to force it on a little bit there?
Yeah, so push it right until it
won't go any further.
Goes right to the end there. It doesn't go. And then we put the little Jubilee clip there. Just
force it onto the end there, is it? Okay, you're pushing that up. Yeah.
So now I'm just grabbing the clip and pushing it into position, and that should hopefully create a nice seal. There we go. So we're on the pipe, and that feels nice and sturdy
tight,
there.
Yeah.
So there's a little hole there, which
oh, that's what that black clip is for. Okay,
so
yeah.
Just feed that through there. A little bit fiddly, but it's not too bad. Tiny hands is a benefit, but unfortunately I'm not blessed with that. And at the moment, the only real issue I got there is my aging eyes and a bit of light. So I just got to locate
where the clip goes into that.
Right.
There it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
There we go. And then obviously this from the fuel tank, it goes directly to the carburetor then. In fact, I might even head towards the carburetor first. I think that might be easier.
Reposition that clip then, is it? Yeah.
I think that'll make.
Yeah.
So exactly the same thing. So just push that until it doesn't go any further, right away to the edge of the carburetor.
So this is the carb here, and you're pushing it onto that pipe
and
there.
Then that barb bit from the carburetor, we make sure this clip goes over it, and that should create our seal then. There we go.
Right, and now we need to position that little plastic clip then.
There. So that's the bottom one's on in there. There we go. He's in.
Right, and now we can put that bracket back up there. So actually the most difficult part of this was trying to get that little clip in that holds the pipe in place, and in the end in the end, what we had to do was take this bracket off here.
Yeah, I think it's
So that we can
something
get...
to do with the throttle cable there. It just holds this spring on.
where are we? There we are. So that's where the clip now has come through like it should do to hold the pipe in place.
Just a matter of access, really. Just couldn't get our fingers behind it, that's all.
All fingers and thumbs. Anyway, it's on there. So, seeing as we were taking the front cover off of the carb, we thought we might as well replace the air filter as well, which you can see has got a bit clogged up over the years, and picked up a nice new brand new clean one, which just fits into this housing here.
Help the engine breathe
nicely.
So it's quite a little snug fit in there. Just shapes into there, and that's basically it.
And that basically is a cover that goes over the front of the carburetor,
So all the air goes through the filter, obviously, before entering the engine, and so definitely worth doing, and just makes the engine run a bit more efficiently when it's clean.
Okay, so that fits back onto...
So I temporarily just put the bolts there.
So we didn't lose them.
A good clip not to lose them.
Yeah.
And we got a little breather pipe there, and the pipe where that when you prime the engine there. So they've both got to be connected. So so I'm not sure which is easiest to connect first. We'll go for the little prime.
Yep.
So it's exactly the same principle as their fuel pipe. We just push that on and then clip our...
Is that clip there to hold it in place?
Just squeeze the clip and then unsqueeze it once you're onto the barb there. And, very important not to lose these spaces. And then it's a case of just joining that other one there, which again, not the easiest of things to access. So I have managed to just about push it on there onto the engine block.
Yep. And that pipe is for what? That's for the air, is it?
Yeah, so I think it, without sounding too technical, there's crankcase pressure which recirculates into the engine, and
I was going to suggest that.
Yeah. So, always a good idea not to over tighten the first bolt, just tighten them up evenly so everything goes on nice and square.
Okay, then
so I just hand tighten it, just gently tighten each one in stages. So give that there and then go back to that one. So just go from each to the other. And generally a good rule with anything that's got more than one bolt on it.
So you get the kind of the balance.
Yeah, so everything tightens down together. And you can look up torque specs, how tight to tighten things, but if you've been doing it enough years, you do get a feel for it. There we go.
All right.
New filter.
And the cover.
That just clips on. There we go.